Campaign reporter Jackie Koppell is live now from Detroit for us. Do you think right now that Harris's campaign is in a little bit of a concerned, maybe panicked is too strong a word, but concerned because we're seeing from recent polling, including from The Hill, we're seeing that actually the former president is in the lead in Michigan by just a titch, just about 1 point.
Well, I don't think that they're necessarily feeling panic per se. I mean, we are 17 days out, and I think both campaigns know it's a very tight race, essentially deadlocked, and they're doing everything that they can. You know, the Harris campaign knows that they're the underdog. She says it at every rally, that she is the underdog, that they are fighting like she is the underdog, but she ultimately believes that she will win, a refrain that we hear consistently. Now, both of the campaigns have a heavy active schedule. As you mentioned, she was here in Detroit earlier today for a Get Out the Vote event with the artist Lizzo. And afterwards, voters actually marched to a poll that was nearby and voted. And then she's on her way to Atlanta. She's going to arrive very shortly for that rally with Usher. And then, you know, a heavy plan to reach out to those suburban voters on Monday, especially because they're trying to appeal to those independents and those Republicans. And that's actually part of the strategy. Both campaigns, in effect, have opposing strategies. Harris wants to bring out her voters in the cities, right? Detroit, Atlanta, for example. And then she wants to lose by less in these rural and suburban areas. Conversely, Donald Trump wants to bring out his voters in the rural and suburban areas and lose by less in the cities. So, for example, his rally tonight is about an hour outside of Pittsburgh, making it easy for people in both the city and the rural areas to make it there. Adrienne?
Well, for those who can't attend the rally, they have to depend on media to find out what these candidates are speaking about, what they're standing on. Both campaigns, like, they've been using YouTube more than any other candidates maybe in history and podcasts. Vice President Harris going on 4 different podcasts, President Trump going on 10 in just the past few weeks alone. Are you hearing whether either of them is going to get on Joe Rogan as they try to speak to more male voters?
Well, that's actually the rumor, that both campaigns are in conversation with Joe Rogan. Obviously, he has the biggest podcast in the world, so it would certainly allow them to reach a lot of voters, and especially those male voters you mentioned. Trump polls better with male voters. Harris polls better with female voters. And one of those podcasts she had previously gone on was the largest, audience of females that's out there right now. So they're really using all the avenues possible to reach the voters that they want to.
Now, of course, they've got some billionaire buddies, both campaigns. Elon Musk stumping for the Trump campaign in the state of Pennsylvania, holding several town halls. I urge everybody to watch them because it's fascinating to hear the conversations and what these Pennsylvanians care about right now. But that's reportedly helping the Trump campaign, right, in terms of relatability. You've got Mark Cuban on the other side, really campaigning hard, making the rounds. I watched him on Bill Maher, speaking to the fact that the vice president is the right one for the job. Are you hearing about anyone saying either is breaking through?
Well, I think that both campaigns certainly hope that it's breaking through. And these men are very popular with large swaths of audiences, in particular men, harkening back to what we were just talking about with those podcast interviews, focusing on male listeners. So both campaigns are using these billionaires and these very famous men who are famous for their industries to appeal to voters. Let's take a quick listen.
If Donald Trump is elected and he puts these 60% tariffs on Chinese products, they are all going up. All those things you buy are going up. Not by 10% or 20%, but by 50 or 60% or more. It'll be up so much you won't be able to afford the presents that you want for your family and friends. Let's just call them the Grinch from now on.
We want safer cities. We want a secure border. We want sensible government spending. We want support of the Constitution and the right to, freedom of speech, right to bear arms. And that's what Donald Trump is going to do.
So there you have it. Mark Cuban making the economic case for Harris, saying that her plans are better and denouncing Donald Trump's plans on tariffs. And Elon Musk talking about some of the issues that Trump and Musk hope that voters really pay attention to when they make their choice. So again, both campaigns crossing their fingers that these men who are out there as surrogates campaigning arguably perhaps just as hard as the candidates themselves this week will make the difference.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.